making USDL the only stablecoin that will be fully backed by the blockchain, the network itself. If you ask me, I think that's pretty cool. Hello everyone and welcome to Providing Clarity, where I try my best to provide some clarity in the legacy space. I'm going to try to change my intro for every video and see how many times I can do that. I think it'll be fun. So in today's video, we're going to be going over Legacy's tokenomics, both with the Legacy token itself and its unique stablecoin USDL. And we're also going to go over the token ecosystem, how these two tokens work with all the different dApps that are built on Legacy. And lastly, we're going to go into staking. I know a lot of people have questions on staking, so I want to make sure I address that. So starting off, the Legacy token. I want to make sure I get my information from the source, so I'm going to frequently reference Justin, the project manager. So as you can see here, Silverbacks asks, so when you say the governing bodies have voters, does that then mean that the governing bodies are acting in a similar fashion to signal providers on the Flare network? Justin replies, I like that you mentioned the Flare network, and yes, it's similar to it in the way that voters delegate their votes to the governing bodies for rewards. So as we can see right out the gate, Legacy is indeed a governance token. You stake your Legacy with the governing bodies and in return, they reward you. Let's continue with Justin's answer to see how. The governing bodies can get creative in how they reward their stakers. The more Legacy that gets delegated to them, the higher they climb the ranks and potential to earn more. It's in their best interest to incentivize their voters nicely. So as you can see, it's very similar to the Flare network. And as I've mentioned in my last video, you can use the Legacy token with Travala and book a vacation. Also, this Bitcoin ATM was found by the Legacy co-founder, Wes Wade. And as you can see right here, Legacy is also an available option to purchase at the Bitcoin ATMs. There's a little more to it, but that part goes in the token ecosystem portion of this video. So next, we're going to be going over USDL. So as you can see here, USDL is the gas token for the Legacy network. So in the same way you use ETH to make things happen and to do transactions on the Ethereum network, you will instead on Legacy use USDL. Now, USDL is a stablecoin, so it's pegged to the United States dollar. The way this works, as Justin mentions, is USDL is backed by the network itself. All transactions will need 0.01 USDL. This means developers and investors alike need to buy it. So in short, once the network starts growing and getting more adoption, all of these transactions that need 0.01 USDL are going to be backing the value of USDL itself, making USDL the only stablecoin that will be fully backed by the blockchain, the network itself. If you ask me, I think that's pretty cool. I think Legacy is a great blockchain, and having that developer fund to incentivize people to build on it, for me it's inevitable that a lot of transactions will be happening on Legacy, securing that dollar peg for USDL. Going back to this picture, USDL can also be earned from staking and voting Legacy. This helps Legacy by participating in proposals and locking up the supply. So I made this little picture here to represent how staking on Legacy visually works. You have your Legacy token and you stake them with the governing bodies to earn USDL. The largest return of USDL that you can get staking your Legacy is 28%. As I've mentioned in my last video, as your USDL gets minted, you can use that to buy more Legacy, increasing your staking holdings, and in turn, providing you with more USDL. Cycling your income in infinite loops is incredibly important, and I know a lot of people prioritize that for passive income. So I know a lot of us will be doing this. All of us taking advantage of this cycling method will also help increase transactions on the network. Now, getting into the token ecosystem of Legacy and USDL is the really cool and most important part to generating passive income. Reading from here, USDL is used for gas on the network, deploying dApps, liquidity pools on the MyriaDex, liquidity pools for Pend, and trade as a base pair for the MyriaDex. Reiterated here, it's a base pair for both MyriaDex and Pendulum Finance. And as you can see Justin state here, any project or investor trying to add liquidity on the DEX will need equal amounts of USDL, and the same with Pend. This already gives tons of use cases to both Legacy and USDL. They are literally building an entire ecosystem based off their tokens. And for me, that is the real winning strategy. Making it mandatory for other people to use USDL to both build and grow the network ensures USDL's backing and dollar pegging. So as you can see, it never really makes any sense to sell Legacy. If you buy it, you should stake it and earn a reward in USDL. That USDL can be used for many things, including creating passive income with liquidity pools on both the MyriaDex and Pendulum Finance. You can use your earnings to build on the network or just to buy more legacy to repeat the cycles all over again. It looks like they've thought of everything and really worked hard to build a self-sustaining network. What the legacy network reminds me of is a perpetual motion device. Except even though physics doesn't allow for a perpetual motion device to actually exist, I think in Legacy's case, it'll do just fine. Now lastly, we'll be going over staking. There isn't very much to report here because we're still waiting on the team's confirmation for when staking will start, but as of right now, staking is still planned to take place within the month of September. So it looks like we still have 8 days to go, so stack your legacy and be ready. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and my next video will be on Legacy's governing bodies and how their governance model works. And since this post technically deals with the tokens, I'm going to mention it in this video. This post was made on May 20th, 2021. The applicants for governing bodies and core community members are looking so strong that we have decided to enact the burn originally meant for year 3, meaning 33 billion legacy tokens have already been burned. The Legacy Network is confident in the sustainability and health of their ecosystem, and I am too. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really appreciate all of your support. If you want to support me even more, like this video, subscribe, and share it with your friends if they want to learn more about the Legacy Network as well. This has been Providing Clarity, and I hope you guys have a great day.